Welcome to part 3 of our videos on search engine advertising. This is the third part, as I said, of these videos. So for better clarity, you are probably best to go back and watch part 1 and part 2, where we deal with some of the very basic concepts of search engine advertising and pay-per-click advertising, how it works. We introduce you to terms like click-through and click-through rate, call to conversion rate and impressions, things that are important in understanding search engine advertising. And then we also go on to show you some of the key elements of an ad for a Google AdWord. And today's session, we're just going to offer some tips on writing good ads. We're going to look at ad extensions and landing pages and recommend a video that you should or could watch that will help you actually go and set up the ads yourself. So at the end of these 3 videos, you should have a good introductory understanding, and then with a little bit of guidance on where to go next on how to start your actual ads. So we're just looking at some tips on writing good PPC ads, and to be honest with you, you could Google this information as well. There's so much out there. All I've done is compile what I would see as the most common or reoccurring things that should be included when writing good PPC ads. So the first thing that we've got there is come up with key phrases and use these in your ad text. And I think we've discussed this in the previous video as well. If your key phrase or keyword is flowers in Bahrain, then you should really have flowers Bahrain in your text somewhere. Whether that's the cheapest or best or freshest flowers in Bahrain. If you're using the keyword or key phrase as one of your search engine keywords, then you should be using these in your text. Use 1 or more key phrases per ad. So you can, of course, do multiple ads, and you should use 1 or more key phrases in these ads. So when I say 1 or more key phrases, well, flowers Bahrain might be 1 key phrase, cheap flowers in Bahrain might be another key phrase, fresh flowers in Bahrain. So you're going to use 1 or more of these keywords or key phrases in your ad, especially in the title, to show users that their ads relate exactly to their search. And that's an example that we've used there is flowers in Bahrain. We've used this throughout these trio of videos, and you can see flower and Bahrain occur in the heading, and flowers and Bahrain appear in the text as well, and flowers. So you can see that these keywords are appearing. And if we just type in flowers Bahrain fresh, just to see what happens, flowers, cakes. So you've got flowers, but no mention of fresh flowers. For the freshest flowers here, but that is actually organic and not paid ad. So just goes to show you good search engine optimization as well. So that's just a couple of examples there of where you would ensure that the key phrase, being the key phrase is this, and it appears flower and Bahrain, and it appears in the heading and in the text as well. Even better if it appears in the URL. Okay, so that's common sense, I think, but Google search likes it, and most search engines like that. Come up with what makes you different from your competitors, and this is, I guess, something that we've talked a lot about in marketing. What is your value proposition? What is your unique selling point? And how do you communicate this value proposition or unique selling point? And ideally doing this by creating simple, enticing ads. And again, think of ads. We've often talked about the attention economy, what's going to grab the headlines, but not over exaggerating. So I guess that's what separates the clever and the good, and the not so clever and bad. Okay, so some further tips on Google. Look at that, slides all over the place. Use compelling call to actions, and we've looked at that, of course, already in this marketing course, but use compelling calls to actions using active verbs like try now, sign up for free, buy now. Mention Special offers, discounts, limited offers, mention products or services or benefits. So let's just see if our previous example has any of these. Special offers, discounts, limited offers, or does it mention products or services or benefits? So let's look here. Flyers, send flyers. So no mention of special offers. Let's try again. Just click, sometimes more ads will appear. Okay, so they've sort of talked about specific products here. And if we even change this to fresh, any special offers? Surprise your loved one. What's your pick? Seasonal flowers, bouquet, roses or white lilies. No special offers, but we do recommend it that you might have something in there. You could advertise some type of discount or limited offer. And also tips. Okay, so we're just going to look at dynamic keywords or long-tailed dynamic keywords. And what we're saying here is long-tailed dynamic keywords are usually more specific keywords than generic. And the number of results you can see go up here. So the more generic, the more results you're going to get. The more specific, well, the less amount of results you're going to get. So depending on what you're looking for, in terms of what you're selling and the type of customer that you're trying to get, more specific may be better. So if we type in fresh, so that's more generic, and the search results are quite good. And if you were taking out an ad on flowers in Bahrain, I think you'd get lots of ads on that every day. You'd get lots of clicks on your links with something like flowers in Bahrain. But if you were paying for an ad that was fresh flowers, let's go fresh roses, and I don't know, many flowers, daisies, Bahrain. I've spelled daisies wrong, I'm sure. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so we still get this coming up here. So you can see that even though that's quite a long-tailed dynamic keyword, that Bahrain greetings have that covered. Fresh roses and daisies, Bahrain, and the same might be, if I type in cake Bahrain, I'm going to get fresh cakes, same company. These are the only people advertising on the internet at the minute. But if I type in chocolate and vanilla biscuit cake Bahrain, will there be someone advertising this? And no. So if I was a specialist in chocolate and vanilla biscuit cakes Bahrain, I might use this as a long-tailed keyword that I would use. And we can see that there are probably not many searches on a daily basis in Bahrain for chocolate and vanilla biscuit cake. And that's probably why nobody is advertising. Oh, we do have an ad down here. So there are ads that you can take out, and this is probably a little bit more of an advanced class where you can sort of dynamically respond to the keywords, but I won't confuse you with that today. So we're just introducing the concept of long-tailed dynamic keywords, and long-tailed dynamic keywords tend to be more specific. So here on our example, with one-word phrase, shoes, two-word phrases, men's shoes, more descriptive, red Nike men's running shoes. And you can see higher probability of conversion, but lower search results and lower cost of risk, high cost and high competition. If I type in shoes, and let's just see what happens. Shoes. Okay, so there's advertisers there. Or I can type in red Nike runners, and will there be nobody advertising? So that if you went with that keyword, you are likely to get whoever clicks here, or there's a higher chance that you will get someone clicking. So there's a higher conversion rate, higher probability of conversion, sorry. So that's just a concept that we want to introduce you to, which is long tail keyword examples. And then other tips on writing good PPC ads. Write an appropriate display URL, also called a vanity URL, and that is here when we say that. So the URL doesn't have to be your actual URL, because when you set this up, you will have it linked to your web URL, but you can actually, have this, what we call a vanity URL, where it maybe looks a bit nicer or deals more specifically with your keywords. Okay, so we're going to look at Google Ad extensions, and these are just things that Google offers in terms of extensions to their ads. So if we look here, we can see, let's go back to our old trusty, reliable Flowers Bahrain, and not so trusty. You have these examples which Google puts up. Well, you can see they've got an address extension and a phone number extension. Let's see if we refresh it again and see what happens. Still here, still the same things. So they've got their little extensions there. But let's look at the different extensions that are available. So when you're setting up oh gosh, look at that terrible design again. Currently, Google offer 9 ad extensions. So these are 9 different things that you can set while you're creating up your Google AdWords ads. And you can see, we'll go through each of them individually. So one, we've seen this already, but Google Ads allows you to add maps and location information to your advert. To use the extensions, you can either insert your address manually or link your AdWords account to your Google Business or Maps account. And that is something that I've pointed out throughout these videos, that Google likes when you use other Google tools, and it gives you that chance of, again, if we use the example here with Flowers in Bahrain, these are getting good ranking on the page because they have their businesses linked to Google Maps, and you can see that they pop up here in Google Maps. So if you're not on Google Maps or Google Businesses, you should set this up or get your digital marketing agency to set it up for you. They should know that anyway. I think so. That's just one location extension. And again, you might ask, why would I use, say, any of these extensions? Well, it depends on what the objective of your marketing strategy is. So depending on exactly what your strategy is, it depends on what extensions you might use. I might use a location extension. For example, if I'm a new business and I'd like people to know where my location is, not just to make them aware of my brand, but to actually know, oh, that's where that new shop is. So that might be the objective, and for that objective, I would use that extension. And you can see I have designed these slides in a very backwards way. Affiliate location extension. So just if you had other shops, it helps help people find retail chain stores that sell your sell your product. So if you have a product and you use intermediaries to sell your product, then affiliate location extensions allow the other businesses that sell your product to be shown on the maps. Call extensions, quite simple, and I'm sure you've seen this on your mobile phone. When you're looking, the call extensions allow you to display a phone number or the phone icon, and makes it just that nice and easier user experience for the customers. So again, you can add this call extension, and well, what's the difference of adding it? Well, someone clicks on it, it costs you, but that is the price that we pay for getting or keeping existing customers, and the hope is that our product is good enough to sell to them, to convert them to customers and make a profit. Call out extensions are if we offer other things like delivery or shipping or things like that there. So you can see down here the example. It's just another one that we can offer. Message extensions is if you let potential customers send you text messages right from your ad. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. And again, depending on your objective, and you can see it down here. Got a question? Send us a text, and quite a neat little feature. Might be, as I said, depending on your objective, much more appropriate for your ads than something else. Site link extensions, probably the most common, where we just you can add different site links, which basically offers different destinations on your website. So you might want them to click on one of these depending on what the website you want them to land on. So for example, I think if we look at this website here, Flowers Bahrain, let's click on it again, see what happens. No site link extensions. Well, oh, they do. There's gift cards, balloons, availabilities. So site link extensions just allows you opportunity to put up links to other locations in your website. Structured snippet extensions showcase information potential customers will find most valuable by pre-selecting headers. And I'm doing a very good or very bad job of reading my own text there. And you can see the examples just down here. Price extensions, so they showcase your service or product categories with their prices. People can browse your products right from your ad, and I think we've seen examples of that here when oh, it changes every time I click on it. Have we got them now? No, well, with different extensions now, with site extensions. What we did, and Google does change every time you click on this. You will see here we have some exact products that you can buy, and you can see now that they're appearing. So there's just our products, price extension, so we can see the prices and exactly. So, and you might see the examples that I am showing to you today may have changed slightly because obviously these videos can get, in the world of digital marketing and anything IT related, can become quite outdated quite quickly. You have app extensions, so if people want to download your app, and that's the 9 extensions, so that just examples, as I say, an introduction, and if you're interested or you think each of them is more suitable for you, it really depends on the objective of your digital marketing strategy, and then you can research more each of those. It's just the last thing we're going to talk about today is the landing page. And you know, the landing page, well, I suppose we've here the key to conversion and success. Well, it is essentially if you have a good landing page or a bad landing page, and we've covered this in many other of these videos and classes. Your landing page is so important because, you know, for many different reasons, the user experience, the user enjoys it. We've gone to, you know, if we look at even some simple examples here, this landing page at flowerlink.net. Me personally, it's coming up, I've gone to it already. I don't like it. I think that's a bit cluttered. It's like, oh my God, that's not very nice at all. If I was looking to buy flowers, okay, maybe down here. Yeah, I really don't like it. I don't like the background. I don't like that it's cluttered. It depends how desperate you are. Whereas if we go to BahrainGreetings.com, their landing page, is it any better? It's maybe slightly better. A little bit fast and cluttered as well. But the landing page is key to the conversion rate, and as we said previously, the conversion rate is the customers or people that come to your website that actually buy something. They're converted into customers, and that's, you know, obviously I think that's our end goal when we're doing these ads. Again, it depends on the objective of the strategy, but usually it's to get people to buy something or download something, and you know, a good landing page does this. So there's no point in having an excellent Google Ads strategy with a great campaign and having thousands of people clicking on your link every day if they're not converting to customers. And so some different things there that we say, you know, that obviously they're important, and they can be make or break in an advertising campaign. If you want to go back to some of my other videos on my channel, you will see different things like user experience, how to create a good user experience, different things to consider, information architecture, how you might build a website, or things that you should consider important when designing and building websites and designing good landing pages. And I've done many landing pages before, varying from, if I was doing a Valentine's Day landing page, for example, for a hotel, I'm going to do my best to make that look romantic and to try and sell the customer value proposition, whatever that is, a special offer or a full package of events or food and entertainment for potential customers. Well, if I use horrible colors like purple and brown, and if it's not well designed, then people aren't going to convert. The anatomy of a perfect landing page, well, you can read through that if you want to pause. And but there are some websites that I recommend that I'm going to go to now in a second, because again, the last one, yeah, that's quite good. But I mean, websites and website designs change a lot regularly, and there are some recommended layouts and styles and different things that you should use. And a couple of good websites I think that I find very good. Let me see. I have how to create PPC advertising. People will actually click on. Actually, that's just a website on creating your ads, so ignore that. Sorry, that's not the one I wanted to show you. How to drive sales with your landing page. Again, this is actually a little bit dated, this web page. Yeah, well, it's 2011, but it's the principles are still apply. So I actually like that article for an introduction. And here's another one, 10 key landing. Obviously this page is, you can tell, even it's spring 2020, it's much more newer and updated, and it goes through in good detail different things that you should be aware of on your landing page. Impeccable grammar, obviously, for credibility and trustworthiness, and clear, concise headlines. And we always say you're not just writing for humans, you're writing for computers as well, because Google search engine likes headlines, good copy. So you can go through that website your own. It's formstack.com, the anatomy of a perfect landing page. And oh, that was the last class we looked at the critiques of an ad. So yeah, a landing page is important, and as I say, it's a bit like, there's no point in designing an unbelievable strategy of Google AdWords and having loads of traffic coming to your website, but the landing page is a disaster or poor. And I think one of the most common tools that is used there is called A/B testing, where you might have two different landing pages and you test, you have them, the ads linked to both, and you get 50% going to one and 50% going to another page, and then after a period of time you will see which website is performing the best. And that's a good way of testing landing pages. But obviously there's lots of websites out there, and we covered a lot in this course that we run in other videos. So let's go back. The last thing I'm going to leave you with today is setting up an AdWords campaign, and I'm going to make this recommendation. It's a video that I've used again. Oh, maybe it's a little bit outdated. 2012. Oh, that's definitely outdated. I might come back to. It was very good in helping set up a web page or a Google Ads campaign. This is my own one, but I have not set up a Google Ads campaign in quite a while. I have, say, those that can't teach. I have gone teaching, but what I will do is, in the notes for this page, I recommend watching this video because it really will give you a good insight. Okay, I think some of the user interface features will have changed slightly, but again, I think the principles of setting up the campaign are very good in this video, and it's a little bit old, but I do highly recommend it. And what I will do is I will put a link on this in the what do you call this part down here in the information part. I'll put a link for some videos that I recommend using as well. Okay, so this has been part 3 of search engine advertising. I hope it's given you a good understanding of how search engine advertising works. We have not gone into extreme detail. We're really just trying to give you a good introduction, and maybe you're thinking about doing it for your company, or maybe you want to understand it. And I hope these 3 videos have helped you do that. Feel free to leave me any comments on anything that you think I could improve on or not, or do better, and have any questions, feel free to leave comments, etc. I hope you have a nice day, and thank you so much for watching this video to the very bitter end.